Now let us see this question. So a horizontal spring block of mass m performs a simple harmonic motion. So when the block is passing through the equilibrium position, so another mass small m is put on it and both move together. If original amplitude is a, then find the new amplitude and frequency of oscillation if original frequency is f. So this is what we are supposed to find out. So let us see what is happening here. So actually, consider this is a spring which is connected to a mass of capital M, and this is performing simple harmonic motion. So at the mean position, so consider this is the mean position. So we are placing another block whose mass is small m. Clear? Then we are supposed to find out the new frequency of oscillation. Clear, ma? So here, how we are placing this second mass? We are placing the second mass such that horizontal forces applied on the capital M are 0. So if horizontal forces are absent, then what is the meaning of this one? So it means that momentum cannot be changed. In the direction of motion, if horizontal forces acting are 0, then momentum of a body will never change. This is what we have been studying. So therefore here we write, if horizontal forces are absent, then we can write if external forces are 0, then why, in which direction? In the direction of motion of the body, external forces are absent. Bodies are moving horizontally, no? So in horizontal direction, the forces applied are 0, then momentum is conserved. Momentum will be always conserved. So what is conservation of momentum? Total initial momentum is equal to total final momentum. So therefore I can write m1 v1 is equals to m2 into v2. This is what I can write. So total initial mass is so much, capital M, and total initial velocity I don't know, so let it be e1, and final mass is an addition of capital M and small m, and final velocity also I don't know, so let it be v2. Clear? Now these are velocities v1 and v2 which are present at the mean position. So at the mean position, velocity of simple harmonic motion, it is maximum. So therefore what is the equation for maximum velocity? I can write, so v is equals to maximum velocity formula, v max is equals to a into omega. So this is the equation for maximum velocity. Already we have studied many times. Clear, ma? So therefore initial velocity, what is initial velocity? Before placing this small m. So v is equals to initial amplitude is a, and initial omega 1, initial angular velocity can be written as omega 1. So therefore I can write v1 is equals to a into omega can be written as square root of k divided by m. So this is our initial maximum velocity at the mean position. Clear? Similarly, how can I calculate final maximum velocity at the mean position? So again v2 is equals to final amplitude I don't know, so let it be a dash. So a dash into square root of, and final angular velocity is omega 2, and omega 2 can be written as k divided by capital M plus small m, because there is an additional mass, no? So therefore angular velocity will become omega is equals to square root of k by m plus m. Clear? Now take this v1 and v2 and substitute in this original equation, then what I will get? So m into v1. So instead of v1, what I can write? I can write a into square root of k divided by capital M. So this is equals to m plus m. So m plus m into, now final velocity is so much, a dash into square root of k divided by m plus m. Clear? So therefore here root k and root k gets cancelled. Therefore what is the final equation I am getting? I am getting, so root m into a is equals to, so a dash into square root of m plus m. This is the result which we will get. Clear? So from this what I'm supposed to find out? I'm supposed to find out a dash. So therefore we will calculate a dash here. So therefore a dash is equals to square root of m divided by m plus m into a. So this is our equation. So therefore a dash is equals to a into square root of m divided by m plus m. So this is the final amplitude of the body. when a body of mass small m is placed on this capital M. So based on which concept we have done this problem? We have done this problem based on the law of conservation of momentum. So if external forces which are acting in the direction of motion of the body, if they are absent, then total momentum always remains a constant. Clear, ma? So come on, make a note of this one. Then we will try to calculate frequency also. Final frequency also we are supposed to find out, no? Come on, make a note of this one. Okay. So now let us see how we can calculate the final frequency. So here we will try to calculate the final frequency. So we know that omega is equals to 2 pi into f. Clear? So therefore omega 1 is equals to 2 pi f1 and omega 2 is equals to 2 pi into f2. What I want f2? So 2 pi f2 divided by 2 pi f1 is equals to omega 2 divided by omega 1. So 2 pi gets cancelled. So f2 is equals to f1 into omega 2 divided by omega 1. So f2 is equals to initial frequency is already given, it is f. Clear, ma? And similarly omega 2 divided by omega 1. So what is omega 2? Omega 2 already here we have calculated, no? K divided by root of m plus m. So square root of k divided by m plus small m divided by omega 1. What is omega 1? This is omega 1, square root of k divided by m. So substitute that one. So square root of k divided by capital M. So root k and root k gets cancelled. So again I will get f2 is equals to f into, so I will get square root of capital M divided by m plus m. So this is our equation for final frequency. Okay, come on, make a note of this. Okay, ma? So now let us see this question. So here in the following arrangements, clear? So if a block is slightly displaced from the mean position and released, then find the time period of oscillation. Clear, number? So this block, if it is slightly displaced and released, then this block will perform with what a time period for oscillation. Clear? So let us see. So here what we will do is, let us do how we can do for the first one. So let us assume this block comes down by a distance of x. Then because this is a single string, so definitely I can say that this spring also will be elongated by x only. And here if tension is T, here also tension will be T only. Clear, Nama? Because it is the same string which is connected. So therefore what I can write? I can write restoring force is equals to minus k into x. So on this mass, what is the restoring force? T. So T is equals to minus k into x. So therefore definitely I can say here k value remains to be k only. If k value remains to be k only, then what is the equation for time period? So 2 pi root m by k. K value is k only. So definitely I can say that the equation of time period remains to be 2 pi root m by k. Clear? This is the answer for first one. Now let us see how we can do the calculation for second question. This is the second question. Clear, Nama? So here let us assume that this mass has come down by a distance of x. So if this mass goes down by a distance of x, then what is the elongation produced in the spring? So here elongation produced in the spring will not be equal to x value. What is the reason? Because this string and this spring, they are different. Clear? And similarly here I have a movable pulley. So definitely I have to use the concept of constraint relations. So how can I use the concept of constraint relations? Let us see. So I can write xa plus xb is equals to 2xp. This is the relation already which we have derived in constraint relation concepts. So if you are not aware of these equations, you go to the playlist of constraint relations in this channel, then very beautiful concepts you can find in that constraint relation topics. So xa plus xb is equals to 2xp. So for this pulley, this is block A and this is block B. And block A displacement is 0 because it is fixed here. So therefore I will write 0 plus xb. Now what is the displacement of this mass? It is displaced by an x, no? This is our assumption. So I will write x is equals to 2 times of displacement of pulley. So pulley is displaced by x by 2. This is the relation. Clear, Nama? So pulley comes down by a displacement of x by 2. So if pulley comes down by displacement of x by 2, then spring also will have an elongation of x by 2 only, because spring and pulley, they are attached to each other. Clear, Nama? So therefore I have calculated what is the elongation which is produced in this spring. Clear? Okay. Now what about tensions? Let us distribute the tensions. Here if tension is T, here also tension will be T because this is the same string. So here tension are T and T, then here tension will be 2T. Why? Because this is a massless pulley, no? So therefore the tensions which are acting above this pulley and below this pulley, they should be equal. Clear, no? So therefore, now you write equation for spring. How can I write equation for spring? So I will write the equation restoring force is equals to minus k into x. So here what is the restoring force? Restoring force is a 2t. So spring constant is k. And what is the elongation? Elongation is only x divided by 2. Clear, Nama? So therefore from this equation I can write t is equals to minus k by 4 into x. I can write like this. Clear? Now what is t? T is the restoring force acting on this mass. Similarly, x is the elongation produced in this mass. So again you compare this equation with the restoring force equation. Then I can understand here k value has become k by 4. K value has become k by 4. So for k by 4, if it is the k value, then I know equation for time period, no? T is equals to 2 pi root m by k. And what is k value here? K value is nothing but k by 4. So therefore T is equals to 2 pi root m by k. Instead of k I will write k by 4. Clear, ma? So this 2 and this 2, if they get multiplied, then I will get T is equals to 4 pi root m by k. So this is the relation which I will get. Are you able to understand, ma? So this is the equation for time period of this mass. Clear? Now let us see how we can proceed for the third question. For the third question also we will proceed in the same manner how we have proceeded in first and second processes. Clear, na? Let us see. So now we are doing calculation for case number 3. So here let us assume this block has gone down by a distance of x. Then definitely I can say that pulley also goes down by same distance of x only. Why? Because these two are attached to each other. Clear, ma? Then what is the elongation which is produced in this spring? Clear? So that is spring elongation I can calculate by again using the constraint relations. So xa plus xb is equals to 2xp. Are you able to understand, ma? Now to this pulley, this is block A and this is block B. So this displacement is 0. And what is the displacement of block B? This is block B. Spring is nothing but block B. So I don't know. So let it be xb. So is equals to 2 times of elongation of the pulley. Pulley has gone down by x value. So therefore xb value is how much? 2x. It means that this spring will be elongated by 2x if this block goes down by a distance of x. That is the meaning of this one. Clear now? Now we have to distribute the tensions also, no? So here let us suppose the tension is T. Then here tension will be T by 2 and here also tension will be T by 2. Again same concept. Tensions above the pulley and below the pulley, they should be equal because this is a massless pulley. Are you able to understand, ma? Now write equation for spring. For spring, how can I write the equation? Let us see. Clear, ma? Restoring force is equals to minus k into x. Now what is the restoring force produced in this spring? Restoring force is T by 2. So therefore T by 2 is equals to minus k into. Now what is the restoring for displacement? Displacement is 2x. So therefore T is equals to minus 4k into x. Clear, ma? So this can be written as minus 4k multiplied by x. Clear? Now what is T? T is the tension which is acting on this mass, and what is x? X is the elongation produced in this mass. So that is mass has come down by a distance of x. So therefore if I compare this equation for mass m, again if I compare this equation with restoring force, then I will see that k value has become 4k. So therefore what is the equation for time period? It is 2 pi root m by k. And what is k value? K value is 4k. So this 2 and this 2, they will get cancelled. So therefore the equation which I will get is T is equals to pi root m by k. So this is the relation. Are you able to understand, ma? So I hope you have understood the procedure in which we have done this calculation. Clear? So here a time period is 2 pi root m by k. Here a time period is 4 pi root m by k. Here it is a pi root m by k. Clear? Come on, make a note up to here. Now let us see this question. So this pulley, it has a moment of inertia of I, radius is r, initially block is in equilibrium. So if a block is slightly pulled and released, and if I consider that there is no slipping between this thread and this pulley, then find the time period of oscillation. So this type of problem we have done previously, but here we are supposed to calculate, we are supposed to consider the rotation of this pulley also, which is having a moment of inertia of I. Clear, ma? So let us see how we can do this problem. Clear? And previously this what you call this mass is in equilibrium. So what is meant by equilibrium? So this block, it will be having its own weight, no? Weight will be how much? mg. But why it is in equilibrium? Because tension should have been balancing this mass. So T is also equal to mg. So same tension will be acting here also, and this tension is responsible for a bit of elongation, which is called as initial elongation in this spring. So therefore I can say at equilibrium, initial elongation, let it be x. Clear, ma? Or x, not we will consider. So definitely one thing which I can say that mg is equals to restoring force which is developed in this spring, and this restoring force will be equal to kx naught. So let it be our equation number 1. Clear, ma? Up to here it is clear. Now when I pull this one and release, then what will happen? This mass, definitely it will perform simple harmonic motion. Clear? So if only masses are present, then what I can do? I can calculate a k value, and I can substitute t is equals to 2 pi root m by k, just how we have done in the previous problem, and calculate the time period. Clear, ma? But here, in addition to this mass, a pulley is also present. So therefore what I will try to do, I will try to total calculate this equation, and I will try to get an equation in the form of a is equals to minus omega square into x. Clear, ma? Then that obtained equation I will try to compare with this relation, then I can calculate omega value. So once I calculate omega value, very easily I can calculate the time period, because we know t is equals to 2 pi divided by omega. Clear, ma? So let us see how we can do this calculation. So let us consider after a time of t, if I pull this system downwards, so let us assume this mass has come down by a distance of x, and here let its velocity be v. Clear, no, ma? So it has come down by a small distance of x, and let its velocity be v. Clear? Therefore total energy at this position, how I can write? Let us see. Total energy, how I can write? And potential energy of this mass also we have to consider, no? And potential energy always depends on reference. Already we have studied this one. Clear, no, ma? So without defining reference, you can never define potential energy. Clear? So from which reference shall I take? So shall I take potential energy from this reference? If I calculate potential energy from this reference, I can never do the problem, because this height, how much it is, I don't know. What is this height? I don't know. So what I do is, the initial position of this mass, this itself I will take as the reference. Clear, ma? So when mass was in equilibrium, that position I will take it as my reference. Clear, no, ma? Okay. Now what about different energies? So therefore what about the energy stored in the spring when this mass comes down by a distance of x? So the total elongation in this spring will be x plus x naught, because previously there was an elongation of x naught, and now there is an additional elongation of x. So total potential energy stored in the spring will be this much. So half k into x plus x naught whole square. Clear, ma? And this mass, it has come down by a small distance of x, no? It means it has lost some potential energy. Clear, ma? So therefore now lost potential energy is how much? Minus mg into x. Clear? Now by this time this body has gained some velocity, it means it gained some kinetic energy. And what is the equation of kinetic energy? Half mv square. Clear? So by this time this pulley also has rotated by some angle, and it has obtained some angular velocity, and that angular velocity has given some kinetic energy to this pulley. And what is that amount of kinetic energy? We can call it as rotational kinetic energy, half I into omega square. Clear, ma? So this is the total final energy at this position. At which position? When mass has covered a distance of x, and when its velocity is v. Clear, no, ma? Okay. Now so here I have half I omega square, and we know that V can be written as omega into R. So omega is equals to V divided by R. Clear ba? So by constraint relations, already we have studied these type of equations in rotational motion. So what is meant by V here? V is the tangential velocity of this pulley. Clear? And what about this V? This V is the velocity of the block. So if velocity of the block is V, velocity of the rope is also V. Similarly, tangential velocity of the block is also V only. Clear now? So here V and Vt both are equal. So if I substitute in this relation, then what is the equation for energy which I will get is this one. So the energy equation which I will get is, so half k into, so x plus x naught whole square, so minus mgx plus half mv square plus half into I into, instead of omega square what I can write? I can write v square divided by r square. This is the relation which I will write. Clear ma? And here I have half mv square. So this is half iv square divided by r square. So I will do one thing. I will take half mv square common from both of them, so that we will get simplified calculations. So equation can be written like this also. So half k into, so x plus x naught whole square minus mgx. Now from both of them, if I take half mv square common, then I will get 1 plus half is already gone, so I divided by mr square. I can write like this because m already it is taken number, so I will get one more m in the denominator. Clear? So this is the equation up to which I got. Clear? So total energy of this system is always a constant. Why total energy is always a constant? Because here we are not applying any external forces. Are you able to understand? So therefore I can write total energy always remains a constant. So it also means that dE divided by dt is equal to 0. So what is meant by dE divided by dt is equal to 0? It means that change in energy with respect to time is 0. That is understandable, no? D means differential change in energy. Energy is a constant, so there is no change in energy with respect to time. So dE by dt will become 0. So if I had differentiated energy, then differentiate the other term also. So therefore we can write 0 is equals to half k into 2 into x plus x naught, and x is a variable, no? So I will write dx divided by dt. Clear ma? And here in mgx, mg is a constant, x is a variable. So minus mg into dx divided by dt. Clear ma? Similarly here half m 1 plus I by mr square, they are constant, but velocity is a variable. So therefore I will write half into m into 2v dv divided by dt. So total multiplied by 1 plus I by mr square. So this is the result up to which we got. Clear? Now let us simplify this one and let us see what we will get. 0 is equals to, what is this one ma? Half k into 2 na? Okay. So 2 and 2 gets cancelled. So kx plus kx naught multiplied by dx by dt is called velocity. Clear? So minus mg into again dx by dt is called as velocity. Clear? And here what I will have, here I have, so half into half and half gets cancelled. So I will write mv dv by dt is called acceleration multiplied by 1 plus I by mr square. So this is the relation which I got. Clear ma? So therefore if I observe in this relation, every term has the term v. So v gets cancelled because here I have 0. Clear? So therefore what is the relation I have now? And also mg and kx naught will get cancelled because in the initial conditions only we have written number. So mg and kx naught, they are equal in the balanced condition. Clear number? So therefore 0 is equals to kx. Now what are the terms we have? So plus m into a into 1 plus I by mr square. This is the relation which I have. Clear? Now let us try to convert that relation in terms of this relation. Okay. So if I try to convert, let us see what I will get. So therefore a into, so m plus I by r square is equals to minus kx. So therefore a is equals to minus k divided by m plus I by r square multiplied by x. Clear ma? So this is the relation which I got. Clear? Now you compare this equation with this equation. So very easily I can say that. So omega is equals to square root of k by m plus I by r square. Clear, Nama? So where shall we write this one? We will write here. Okay. So let it be our equation number 2 and let it be our equation number 0, whatever it may be. Clear? So by comparing these two, I can write omega value is how much? Omega is equals to square root of k divided by m plus I by r square. And what is omega? Omega is nothing but 2 pi by capital T. 2 pi by capital T. So therefore what is T value? T value is 2 pi divided by omega. So 2 pi into square root of, so m plus I by r square divided by k. So that is our equation for time period of this mass. Okay. So I hope you have understood how we have done this calculation. Clear, ma? So whatever we are doing, what we are trying to do, we are trying to convert this equation in terms of this equation, a is equal to minus omega square x. So that omega value I can compare with the equation which we got. Once we get omega value, very easily I can do the equation, easily I can calculate the equation for time period. Clear, ma? So wherever energy is a constant, always we can use this relation. Okay, come on. Students, now let us see one more question of the previous model. So the pulley shown in figure has a moment of inertia of I about its central axis and has a mass of m. So find the time period of oscillation. So radius of the pulley is given as r and a string does not slip over this pulley. This is the given question. So in equilibrium, what I can say, in equilibrium I can write like this. So in equilibrium condition, so this pulley, it has some mass number mg. So it will be supported by two tensions. So here one tension, so here another tension. So definitely I can write that mg is equal to 2t. Clear? Now what is T? T is the tension developed in this spring. So T is equals to kx naught. What is meant by kx naught? So the restoring force which is developed in this string is nothing but a T. So T is equals to k into x naught. Clear? Now if I substitute this relation here, then what I will get? I will get mg is equals to 2 into T. Instead of T, what I can write? I can write kx naught. So let it be our equation number 1. Are you able to understand, ma? So initially when the system is in equilibrium, then weight of the body is equals to 2 times of k into x naught. Clear? So this is already understandable that mg and 2t should be balanced with each other. Okay? Okay. Now what I do is, so again to calculate in the same method how we have done previously, first of all we should select a reference of potential energy. So therefore the initial position itself, this I will take it as my reference for potential energy. Are you able to understand, ma? So if I take this one as my potential energy, and if I pull this block, if I pull this pulley by a distance of x, clear, and release this one, then definitely I can say that this system will perform simple harmonic motion. Clear? But when the pulley is pulled down by a distance of x, what is the elongation which is produced in the spring? Spring will be elongated by 2x. What is the reason? So by constraint relations already we can study, no ma? So therefore I can write exa plus exb is equals to 2xp. This relation I can write. So for this pulley, this is block A and this is block B. So here exa value will become 0 because it doesn't move here. So 0 plus xb is equals to 2 times of elongation of the pulley. Pulley is elongated by x value, no ma? So therefore the elongation produced in the spring, that is xb, is how much? It is 2x. Clear? So therefore I will get xb, nothing but elongation of the elongation of this spring. This is equal to 2x. So let it be one more equation. Let it be our equation number 2. Clear? Now after elongation, so this block, this pulley should have some distance. This pulley should have some velocity. Similarly, it should have some angular velocity also. Why it will have some angular velocity? Because the reason here is that this string is not slipping over this pulley, but when this pulley is pulled downwards, pulley is actually rotating. Clear, na? So definitely this pulley has 2 types of energy when it is at a position of x. It has a translational kinetic energy. Similarly, it has rotational kinetic energy also. Clear, ma? So therefore, at an elongation is at a displacement of x, it should have obtained some velocity. So because of that, it will gain some translational kinetic energy. Clear, ma? Similarly, here this pulley is not slipping. Actually, this is rotating. Clear Nama? When I pull this one downwards, this string is not movable, no, only this string is movable. So therefore this pulley will roll on this string. So because of that it will give some rotational kinetic energy, and that is given by half I into omega square. Clear Nama? Similarly, when it comes down by an x from this reference, it means it has lost some potential energy, and lost potential energy is minus mg into x. Clear Ma? Similarly, when this pulley has come down by a distance of x, then the total elongation produced in this spring is x plus x naught plus 2x. Because already initially there is some elongation of x naught at equilibrium, and now when pulley has come down by a distance of x, this spring elongates by 2x. So total elongation is x naught plus 2x. So because of that, the total potential energy will be how much? So total potential energy stored in the spring is half k into x naught plus 2x whole square. Clear Ma? So this is the total amount of energy after a time of a particular displacement of x. Clear? Okay. Now here omega, I don't want omega, so omega can be written as v by r. So if I substitute this relation, E is equals to half mv square plus half into, instead of omega, what I can write? I can write v by r whole square minus mgx plus half k into x naught plus 2x whole square. This is the relation which I can write. Clear Nama? So therefore, now what I will do, I will take half mv square common, it is better, so that I can simplify this calculation. So half mv square if I take common, then 1 plus half has already gone, v square also it is gone. So I by m r square is the equation which is pending now. So minus mgx plus half k into x naught plus 2x whole square. This is the relation up to which we got. Clear Nama? So already we have discussed that here there are no forces which are acting. All the forces are conservative forces only. So therefore total energy is always a constant. If total energy is always a constant, then also I can write that dE by dt should be equal to 0. What is meant by dE by dt is equal to 0? Total change in energy per total change in time. Energy is not changing, it's just like how we have done in the previous calculation. So therefore, then you have to differentiate on the other side also. So therefore, I can write 0 is equals to, now half m is a constant. So half into m into 2v into dv divided by dt. Because velocity is a constant, and 1 plus I by mr square is a constant. So 1 plus I by mr square. Clear Nama? So similarly, if I differentiate this one, mg is a constant, so minus mg into dx divided by dt. Clear Ma? And here half k into 2 into x naught plus 2x. Then 2x is not a constant, so if I differentiate this one, I will get 2 dx divided by dt. So these are the equations which we will get on differentiation. Now let us try to simplify this one. So 0 is equals to, so 2 and 2 gets cancelled, so I can write, so mva into 1 plus I by mr square. Clear Ma? So minus mg into v plus 2 and 2 gets cancelled, so k into x naught plus 2x multiplied by 2 dx by dt is called velocity. Clear Nama? So here also I have velocity, here also velocity, here also I have velocity. So velocity and velocity terms will become 0. So therefore 0 is equals to ma into 1 plus I by mr square. Clear? So minus mg. Now if I can write this one, I can write 2k x naught plus 4k x. This is the relation which I get. Clear Nama? So previously already we have written that mg is equals to 2k x naught. So cancel these two terms get cancelled. So therefore what is the relation I have? I have, so m into a into 1 plus I by mr square is equals to minus 4k into x. Clear? So I got relation up to here. Okay. Now further we will try to solve from here. Clear Nama? So now let us see what we can write. So therefore I can write a is equals to minus 4k into x divided by, now what are the terms? I can write m plus I by r square. So this is the relation which I will get. Clear? Now try to compare this relation with a is equals to minus omega square into x. So definitely I can say that omega is equals to square root of this is 4 norma, this is 4k. Clear? So therefore omega will be equal to 4k divided by m plus I by r square. This is the relation which I will get. And omega is nothing but 2 pi by capital T. So therefore T will be equal to 2 pi into square root of m plus I by r square divided by 4k. Clear? So this is the equation for time period of this type of arrangement. Clear? Come on, make a note up to here.